Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you some of the stuff we've been getting up to in Norway. Been to a few yarn shops. I have bought something. I can only show you two of the things I bought. I bought three things. One thing I can't show you yet because it's a Christmas present for me. I also made quite a lot of progress on my knitting, so I'll show you that as well. So I hope you enjoy today's video. If you're new here, my name is Anniken. I design knitting patterns. I teach knitting workshops online and in person, and I sell yarn through our website, YarnAddict.co.uk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. I have workshops coming up at Black Sheep Wools in January, March, and April. Some of the workshops are fully booked, some are not, so I'll drop the link below so you can go and check it out. I'm also teaching at the Stitch Festival in London in March, and details of those and the workshops. I'm teaching knitting workshops and one crochet workshop, so do go and check that out as well. All those details will be below this video. Make sure, if you haven't signed up to my newsletter yet, make sure you sign up to my newsletter. My next newsletter will have a special offer in it. I didn't do a newsletter last week because I just never got around to doing it, so I'm going to try and write one tomorrow. And I do have a special offer, so do make sure you sign up to the newsletter as well, and check out my social media. Everything is linked below the video. So we're in Norway at the moment. We have done quite a lot in the last few days, actually. First few days we were here, we didn't do very much at all, and the weather wasn't very great, so we didn't do a lot apart from running errands and things like that, but we've done a lot more. Filming conditions are a bit tricky again. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon. It's an hour till sunset, but the sun is coming from that direction, and basically this side of the bit, well, all the windows in my parents' flat have the sun on them all day, so it's a bit tricky. So I have partially closed the curtain so I don't get sort of too bad a shadow on me. I don't know what's best really. It's not ideal, but it's fine. But can you see my camera and tripod reflecting back there? Anyway, there's also a bit of a mess on the floor there. Simon's backpack and some Christmas decorations that we need to wrap. So before I show you what I've been knitting, we did go into Oslo one day. So we went into 4 yarn shops in Oslo. Simon really likes coffee. He's become a bit of a coffee connoisseur, and he wanted to go to this fancy coffee shop that's supposed to have really good coffee. So we went there first. It was only about a 10-minute walk from the Oslo Central train station, and it was right across the road from the Oslo City shopping centre, which is across the road from the train station as well. And I knew there was a yarn shop in there. It's been there for years. I haven't been there for a long time because never thought it was that great a yarn shop. It's quite small, but I did go in there because we were just across the road, and I'm glad I did, because I did see something there, and Simon said, "Do you fancy that as a Christmas present?" I thought he'd got me my Christmas present, but he decided he'd get me another one. And it's something I've been wanting for a long time, or I've wanted something from that brand for a long time. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'll tell you in my next video because it's a Christmas present. Obviously I know what it is and it hasn't been wrapped yet, but I'll share what it is in the next video because Simon's put it away to wrap. But I didn't get it straight away because I wasn't sure. And from there we went to Heimenhusfliden, which is in the Glass Magazine, the department store. It's in the basement. It's a small department store. It's quite nice to look around, but we just went straight downstairs to the basement where they have a big yarn department. Loads of Norwegian yarns, loads of accessories, books, and they also sell ready-made knitted items there as well. So they had like a wall of Norwegian sailboat mittens that have been hand knitted, and then they also have like a section where they have Norwegian sweaters and stuff that are machine knitted, and also Norwegian national costumes. So it's quite a nice place to go. I think it's quite popular with tourists coming to Norway, especially yarn tourists, knitting tourists. So I do recommend that. And then we walk from there across town, across the city centre to Frykvist, which is another popular yarn shop. It's usually really busy, and when we got there this time, it was really quiet. I was a bit surprised at how quiet it was. But I also forgot to film in there, which I'm not sure why. I did buy something in there. So I bought this sparkly yarn. There we go. So this is Lang, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, Pilets. the shape brand. So this is a sequin yarn. Now I can get this wholesale. I basically bought it just to try it, but I have actually inquired about the wholesale prices for it, and I think I'll probably order more when I get home. But this is colorway 46, and it's like a lovely lavender colorway, lilac-y. And then I also got this mitten stitch marker. It's a progress marker because I thought that was quite cute. And then I thought with the yarn, if I finish my garment that I'm knitting, I thought I might mix it because I'm going to have a lot of this yarn left over. I thought I might hold those two together and do a scarf or a small shawl or something, but I haven't decided yet. We'll see whether I manage to finish this thing before we leave. Through Quiz, we got the tram down to the harbour. It's not a very long walk down to the harbour, by 15 minutes probably, but we bought a day ticket because then we could use public transport, including the scheduled boats, as much as we wanted. So we did that because it also covered us for the train in and out of Oslo. So it makes financial sense to do that. So we waited for the tram and got the tram down to the harbour and got on one of the scheduled boats that goes to quite a few of the islands in the Oslo fjord. There's quite a few islands in the inner Oslo fjord just off the coast of Oslo. And there's a scheduled boat called it's Route B1, I think it is. Goes every hour approximately, and it takes about an hour. It might take slightly less in the winter because I don't think they stop as many places as they do in the summer. But we got some sandwiches in a cafe nearby and drinks, and took that with us on the boat. It was quite mild that they were in Oslo, but really windy, so it was really cold on the boat. But I did stand on there quite a bit and do quite a lot of filming, so I'm going to show you that now. I think it's about a minute and a half. In case you don't want to watch it, you can fast forward, and then I'll come back and show you what I'm knitting. Okay, so let's do the last few days of the Advent. I'm actually going to go, even though this video is going out on the 23rd of December, I'm actually going to go up to day 24 to finish it, because this goes out on a Tuesday. 24 is on a Wednesday. So if you don't want a spoiler alert, I will pause before and you can skip forward. So we are on a grey day today. It's a bit lighter grey. The last colour was violet. So we are now onto a grey. And then, what was that? 20, 21. A little bit more violet going towards blue. Matches my nails really nicely. And then 22. Oh, very light grey now. So a bit lighter again. It must be so difficult with all these greys to go just one shade lighter each time. So that's what it looks like so far. And then we'll do 23. Oh, yeah, going into blue. I thought maybe we would end up on a green, but it looks like we're going to end up on blues, which is great, because that will be the last color. So I'm assuming the last one will be grey. Okay, so a bit disappointed we haven't got any greens in here, but other than that, I really like the rainbow. I might take out 1 or 2 of the oranges because I'm not that keen on orange. So I'm now going to open day 24. So if you have this advent and you haven't opened it yet, look away now. Although I don't think it's a great surprise what's going to come next. So spoiler alert, day 24. Look away. Okay, you can look up again if you looked away. I'm just going to touch this and then I will hold it up so you can see it all. So obviously if you don't want to see the last one, then look away now, because I will hold these all up. So spoiler alert, day 24 is on here, so look away if you don't want to see it. So that is what it looks like now. Yellows, oranges, pinks, purples into blue. I love all the colors. I would have rather had some greens at the end rather than the oranges and the yellows. I like the yellows. I'm not keen on the oranges. But this is the thing with a surprise thing, you're not going to necessarily get all the colors you like and all the colors you want. So I have some ideas what I want to do with this, but I haven't decided yet. I do like that every other one is grey because it just tones it down a little bit. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I have some ideas, but we'll decide in the new year. And this time I do not want to leave it till the end of the year before I start thinking about it. I want to start on it early in the year. So watch this space. After we'd been on the boat, we got the tram to Majorstuen, where there's a yarn shop called Kjødven. That's the yarn shop that are currently running the pop-up yarn shop, Yarn on the Go, at Oslo Airport. I've been to Kjødven before. I have a yarn shop tour actually of Oslo. I got one that I filmed in February this year, I think it was. And I have one from 2 years ago, 2023. I will try and remember to link to them below, but if not, just look for them on my channel. And they show all these yarn shops apart from the first one we went to. And I filmed a bit more. When we got to Kjødven, it was really, really busy. It was absolutely packed in there, loads of really young people. And it was really busy, so I didn't film anything because it was just too busy. Next door, there is a haberdashery store. I'm assuming they're owned by the same people, but I don't know. But there they've got a huge selection of buttons, knitting needles, crochet hooks, various accessories, all kinds. So I popped in there as well. And then we got a metro back into the city centre. And then we went back to the first yarn shop to buy my Christmas present. But let me show you what I've been knitting. So last time I filmed, last week, I had finished the back of this sweater or vest, slipover, whatever I'm calling it. I finished the back of this slipover to the underarms. And I put my marker up there because I was starting the front. So I've done the whole of the front to the underarms, and then I've done from the underarms. Where's my marker? There. I think I've done about 10 centimeters, so that far below the underarm. I think that is about 10 centimeters. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take my marker off and put it where I am now. So next time I film, I know where I've got to. I would really like to finish this while I'm here. I did work out yesterday. I think I need to do 4 centimeters a day. I haven't done a ton in the last few days. So we'll see if I can manage to do 4 centimeters a day. I'm holding one strand of alpaca silk. It's also got a tiny bit of merino, like 5 or 10% merino, I think, from Dauma, which is a Norwegian yarn company. I'm holding that with 2 strands of what's it called? Creative Rico Design Creative Make a Blümchen, I think it's called, sequin yarn that I used for I was trying to put this one on, this new marker to, I've been trying to move a marker up every day so I can measure how many rows or centimeters I get done every day. And at the moment I have that marker to show where I am in this filming, and then I've got a marker that look exactly like that to show where I am starting today. So I wanted to take one of them off and switch it for another marker. I was trying to put this one in, but it's not that easy to hook in. So anyway, I have about 30 centimeters to go on the body, and then armholes and neckline. I would really like to finish this while I'm here, because I have deadlines and things I need to be working on when I get home. So that's why I'd really like to finish it while I'm here. But I will have 4 balls, I think, left, because I bought 8, because my plan was to hold 2 strands together, and then I changed my mind and at the last minute before I left and packed 4 cones of the sequin yarn. So I'm holding this 2 strands of the sequin yarn and 1 strand of the alpaca silk together, and I really like how it's coming out. It's really, really nice, but it means I will have 4 balls of the alpaca silk left over, I think. But I'm very happy with this so far, but I would like to finish it while I'm here. A couple of days ago we went to a place called YarnAddict, which is just south of here, about half an hour drive or so. There's a town called Moss, and it's an island just off the town of Moss, and they have a really nice place there called Gallery F15. It's an art gallery. I've never actually been into the gallery, but it's a farm, and they have really nice walk around there. There's a few circular walks you can do through the woods, along the seaside, along the fjord. You can see the ferries that go across the Oslo fjord, come back and forth. There's a lovely beach there, and it's just a nice place to go for a walk. And when you get back up to the farm, there's a really nice coffee shop where they do the best buns I think I've ever tasted. So normally we have a cinnamon bun. This time they didn't have any left because we were a bit later, so we had a vanilla bun, but it was really, really tasty. So I did a little bit of filming around there. It was sunny. It was the first sunny day I think we had. No, second one. Oslo was the first sunny day we had, and it's been sunny ever since. So what day is it today? I think we went to Oslo on Friday. It's Monday today. So since Friday it's been sunny. So I'll show you this clip now. I think it's about less than a minute, and then I'll come back and show you what else I've been knitting. So I've also been knitting on my hat. Now I knew the temperatures were going to drop this week, and they have. When we came a week ago, it was about between 8 and 10 degrees during the day most days, and over the weekend it's been around 0. So it's been a lot colder and a lot frostier. So I really want to try and finish this hat so I can wear it, because it is quite chilly outside. But it's not really cold enough for me to wear a hat unless it's quite windy. I have quite a warm coat, and I've been wearing my fairy tale brioche cowl scarf thing. And when we came back from a walk today, I was quite hot. Maybe my face is a bit red because we were out and it was very cold, but my body was warm because my coat is quite warm, and I was wearing my cowl and gloves. But I would like to finish this. I am over halfway, so from the end of the crown shaping, which is there, to the start of the crown shaping on the other side I need to do, I think it's 34 centimeters. I've done about 18, so I'm just over halfway. I was working on this quite a bit last night when I was watching a game of wool. I'll do a separate video on that this week, and since I filmed last time, I've done about that much. So a little bit. I would really like to finish this by Christmas Eve, or on Christmas Eve. Yesterday, on Sunday, we drove down to the village where I lived in the 70s. I think it was like 4 or 5 when we moved there, and we left there just before the month I turned 10. So we didn't live there that long. But I do feel like that is the village where I grew up. And the house we lived in is massive. We only lived on the ground floor. You'll see on the video I'll show you. There is a bit where I write, this is our old house. We only lived on the ground floor, and my parents didn't own it. It was owned by the company my dad worked for. Now it's probably worth millions because it's massive. At some point, it was basically knocked down and rebuilt in the same style, but a bit added onto it. So it's quite a lot bigger than it was when we lived there. But the best thing about that house is that across the road, which isn't very busy, it's only a sort of single track road really. Across the road, there's a beach and a beach house. That was all ours, our private beach. And the house we lived in was divided into 2 flats when we lived there. Downstairs where we lived and upstairs was a separate flat. The people who lived upstairs moved out not that long after we moved in, and nobody else lived there while we lived there. So we basically had that beach to ourselves. Wonderful place to grow up. And I feel like that's where I grew up, even though we left there when I was 10. It still obviously had quite a big impact on me. And then we walked past the school I went to for the first 3 years of primary school, and the church we got married in. So that video is about 3 minutes, I think, so quite long, but it's a beautiful place. So we'll finish with that, and then I'll come back and just give you a little bit of information at the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much if you're a new subscriber in the last couple of months. I've had loads of new subscribers, mainly from my Game of Wool videos, I think. I am going to do a reaction to the final episode. And I'm also going to do a reaction to the whole series so far, I think. But I'll probably film that on a different day. So watch out for those. I'll try and get the reaction to the final episode out later this week, probably Friday, and then probably a video next week about my reaction to the whole series and what I think they could improve and what I liked about it and what I didn't like about it. As usual, views were strong. Anyway, let me know if you thought the right person won, and I'll tell you my views in the next video on Friday. Okay, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.